Good morning, everyone. This is a dispatch from home. I have a sick kid again, so that's real life. Becoming a mom has really changed the way that I teach. I just want to share that with you guys because I think it's like one of those great life lessons. And I just think about how hard of a quarter it can be when Hilo isn't feeling well, 3 weeks of being sick in the middle of the quarter, now we're sick at the end of the quarter, and I just know that real life is happening to you guys too, so I know we only have a little bit of the quarter left, but if there's something going on in your world where you just need me to know or to work with you, please don't hesitate to ask. I feel like I've always been flexible, but like I said just a minute ago, having Hilo has really broadened that flexibility, and man, 10 weeks goes by so fast, and all kinds of things can happen to us in 10 weeks. Happy things, sad things, joyful things. I'm repeating myself. Anyway, it's the end of the quarter. Good for us. We did it. Let's chat through what we need to accomplish this week. So by Tuesday night, you are going to reply to each other in the When Stars Are Scattered discussion space. And I received a question that was, do I just reply to the concepts, the ideas for activities, or do I actually do the activities? And in my head, honestly, I wanted you to do the activities. All the previous quarters that I've taught the course, you would do this whole thing as your own separate quest. And so it was a big project. And if I'm the student, I would come up with my own activities for pre, mid, and post reading, and then I would fake complete them. But yeah, I'm trying to make it a little lighter for you guys, so integrating them into your replies. So if somebody says, write a poem or draw a picture, I'd love it if you did that. However, I'm going to default to, because of the changes, because of the calendar, because of flexibility, you guys decide. So if you see something where you're like, yeah, I kind of want to give that a whirl, then do. I think it'll make the conversation richer. But if you're like, I don't really need to do it, it doesn't fit with my workflow, I have some things I'd like to say to this other student reading this book and, prepping these materials, that's fine too. We can have a mix of it, and, I'll just throw it out there and we'll see what we get. With anything, just want you guys to make it meaningful to you. So if you don't feel like it's meaningful to you to reply as a kid doing the activity, then don't. But that said, it's always good to stretch your own comfort zone. Students in the past have said, I thought that was silly, but then when I did it, I understood kind of oh, this activity does have a lot of meaning. I'm surprised, even as an adult pretending to be a little person, a child, doing the activity, it illuminated something about the story or helped me to connect to it better. Okay, that's it for Quest 4, When Stars Are Scattered. And now, sorry, my phone just quit on me there. And now Quest 5, which is the last quest for the entire course. It is the awards ceremony. This is also just a little bit of a revision. These last pieces needed to be changed to just, I moved, this used to be earlier in the quarter, and I just thought, we should give awards at the very end. So if you hop into Quest 5, you'll see a little phrase, and the award 4 goes to, and really, I just want you guys to be creative. I think I gave you an example earlier in the quarter where I said something best mother character, or maybe it's most free-spirited main character, or most underrated best friend in a children's book. I don't know. I wrote in the instructions, I'm scared to give examples because I think it limits creativity. But I do say in the instructions as well that you might benefit from considering it as an advocacy project. So what I mean by that is use your award to shine a spotlight on some element of literature for children that you think is kind of niche or special or underdog. Just make it an interesting awards ceremony for all of us. Try to keep it fun and lighthearted. And you're welcome to expand beyond the instructions here. These instructions have evolved from experimenting with an awards ceremony in other courses. So for instance, you'll see that one of the requirements is to list, nominees. So maybe you have 3 nominees. That came from an awards ceremony that I assigned where I didn't ask for nominees, but a student did that, and it was like, oh, that's way more interesting, and then other students started copying it. So you're also welcome to expand beyond the requirements here. But some more of the requirements would be just somewhere in your announcement of the winner, really choose some of the course learning outcomes to integrate into this award speech. So if you want to focus on like literary elements, plot, setting, tone, theme, character, fine. If you want to focus on visual elements, that's fine too. If you want to focus on genre in some way, like nonfiction or fantasy or toy fantasy, just little things like that. Best talking animal. Then you could do that. Or you could go with diverse representation in some way. There are some awards now, as you can probably imagine, that are starting to emerge that really start to fill in that gap. And I think there's a Ezra Keats award that's really famous at this point. So that's the author for The Snowy Day, which had the first, I think, Black main character depicted in a book for children. So yeah, Ezra Jack Keats. Sorry, I butchered that a little bit. But there is an award that is named after Ezra Jack Keats. So again, you're not discouraged from focusing on that learning outcome, but just know that there are some awards like that already exist. Maybe you want to focus on the controversial and more challenging books or the censorship kind of stuff in some way and do some advocacy there. Or even I had this concept that, this last outcome we're a little underdeveloped on because you're not doing the big teaching lesson kind of project with When Stars Are Scattered. So if you wanted to make your announcement of the winner really a focus on how to incorporate that winning text into a classroom or a learning space, you want to bring in sample questions that could be asked or sample projects, kind of build that creatively into your speech. I think that could be awesome too. A lot of these organizations that give awards for children's books also publish defense articles for those books. They also publish learning materials for those books, worksheets, project ideas. So you would be in the right vein to take your speech in that direction. You can do this in any medium you want. I did put on there composed at least 1,000 words because you might speak out loud, or you might write it all down. I don't know, I'm tripping over my words. But I'm going to be loose on that because I don't want you, I want you to do the content, not double checking all the parameters. And then I just threw it out there and or spend about 5 hours on the project total for the whole week. Reading the instructions, brainstorming, naming things, kind of drawing it all out. I've done that 5-hour max for the final project for this course for 3 or 4 quarters, and just asked students, is this okay with you? Does it seem like too much or too little? Mostly they say too little. So if you want to go over 5 hours, you can. But I'm just, when you're working on something and then you're like, can I call it? Is it good enough? I was just trying to give you something where you could say hey, it may not be perfect, but I did my 5 hours. So I'm out of here. Finals week. And that's my intention there. Just some final things about which books or elements, characters, whatnot you might choose for your awards. Yes, you can use pieces of literature or conversations or discussions from earlier in the course. You can even copy and paste your own words. I want you to build off of that. But I'm thinking of at least one original discussion post that I saw in the controversial books conversation where it's this could very easily turn into an award. I'm thinking of some that appeared when you guys brainstormed awards back at the start of the quarter, but I do think that you did that brainstorming earlier on, so you weren't thinking about necessarily the entirety of the learning outcomes or even books that you hadn't read yet. I also think that you might want to branch out. So for instance, there's a missing element in this course. There's a whole theme of eco-literature. So the Lorax would be classic for that, but there's a lot of like sustainability children's books. And I would just encourage you to maybe share something in the awards ceremony that isn't yet shared. You don't have to, but again, I think that makes it more interesting and gives you a chance to learn like one final thing, explore one final thing. So does that exist? Is there something kind of like under pursued? Do you want to go sit in the library and scope something out? Do you want to follow up on graphic novels a little bit more? Yeah. And when I say in the instructions that you want to like give a short summary or description, what I'm thinking is as you're working with these nominees and your winner, you want your announcement of your award to be accessible to everyone, whether or not we have read or looked at the books. Oh, I'm just thinking out loud now. You could do a wordless picture book award. You could go back there. You could do like a watercolor, like, I don't know, the best black and white children's book. I don't know. Sorry, I just heard a sick kid yelling in the background. So reach out and ask me if you have any questions. Now that I've kind of talked through this, I think this is going to be really fun. I hope you guys think so too. And I look forward to seeing how you will push me to change and improve this assignment by the ways that you push back or present just what you want to present, what you feel like led to present as the finale for this course. Can't wait to see all of your good work. Should I recap the actual due dates? So yeah, Tuesday replies for when stars are scattered. Like I said, reply as an adult or as a child pretending to do the activities. Also start prepping for the awards ceremony. Keep prepping through Thursday. Post your award, all done Sunday night. And then next Tuesday, reply to each other's awards, just celebrate, hang out. And next Thursday will just be a final reflection about the course. Thanks so much, you guys, for being really patient with me. Yeah, and like I said at the start, I'm happy to be patient with you. Just reach out and ask me. Sorry if that was like TMI about my little kiddo and life, but I'm trying to just let you know that I'm human and I understand that you are human, and I know that this time of the quarter can be especially stressful. So if there's any way that I can make it fun and still feel like a week where there's stuff left to learn, it's still the quarter. We're not done yet, and it's not over. There's still juice to squeeze out of this lemon. Okay, I'm done. Have a great week. Bye.